Laser sights can deter threats and aid in quick target identification, enhancing your ability to protect your family, home, and country. Crimson Trace, making laser sights standard equipment. Learn more at crimsontrace.com.
He rode out of Louisiana territory, and with his gun slung low and his microphone held high, he brought truth to a savage land. And the legend grew. Tom Gresham's Gun Talk.
All right, welcome back. Tom Gresham here. It's Gun Talk. 866-TALK-GUN is how you get in here. Lots of fun. We're talking about guns. Well, the guns we have, the guns we'd like to have, the things we may be buying. And there are some last-minute things out there that you can jump on right now over on our website. Go to guntalk.com/rewards. Guntalk.com/rewards. We have a list of discount codes. Everything on our website at Shop Gun Talk is discounted. Let's see. That's going to end December 21st, coming right up. So guntalk.com/rewards. One of the outfits that we have worked with through the years, and they do some really good stuff. It's a major distributor. It's a way for you to basically find guns that may not be available locally. And also it's a way for local gun stores to not have to warehouse everything in the world, but still have everything available to them, as the Gallery of Guns guys. Joining me right now is Kevin Wilson out of Gallery of Guns with a cool promotion you guys have going. Hey, Kevin, what is this thing you have going with Muley Fanatic?
Oh, that's the calendar that we're doing this year. Muley Fanatics does firearms giveaways all year long, and we're helping supply all those guns for them this year.
It's pretty cool. I'm looking at Muley Fanatics, M-U-L-E-Y, Fanatics, singular, fanatic.org. It's a 2009 gun calendar. It's kind of almost a sweepstakes raffle, something like that, but not exactly. But you pay $100 for the calendar, and you get a chance to win. It looks like 107 guns or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest giveaways we've probably been associated with, but it's for a great cause, and a lot of cool guns are available.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, it is 107 guns. I'm just looking. I'll read like the first five that just top off the list. Savage Axis XP in 243, Mossberg Patriot 30-06, Ruger American 270, Thompson Sitter Impact 50 cal muzzleloader, Smith & Wesson M642 and 38 Special, and it just goes on and on. These are not like giveaway guns. These are good guns. This is quality stuff, man.
Oh, absolutely. There's no junk on that list at all.
No, not at all. So, okay, you pay $100, you get thrown into the pot, and you get a chance to win. Let's see. And, this is cool. It says, if you win, your name gets returned into all the remaining drawings. So you could conceivably win more than one. That's pretty neat.
Oh, you sure could.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, and that's unusual with most giveaways. But this one, yeah, if the stars align, you could win 5.
Yeah, I'm looking at Tika, Thompson Center, Mossberg, Ruger, Marlin, Christensen Arms. I mean, it goes CZ. That's a lot of good guns. The website, again, for those who didn't grab it, is muleyfanatic.org. All right, so tell people what Gallery of Guns is and who you guys are.
Okay, well, Gallery Guns is a part of Davidson's, and Davidson's is a national firearms wholesaler. We're the guys that sell the guns to your local gun shop. Mm-hmm. What Gallery of Guns is our consumer side. What we've done is set up a website for consumer purchases where you're actually shopping our inventory. But the firearm that you purchase, we're going to send to the Gallery of Guns dealer of your choice, and that's where you'll actually do the transaction, do all the background paperwork, and it's considered a sale for that local dealer.
So the way to think about this, at least this is how I think about it, you've got a multi-million-dollar warehouse full of guns. The local dealer does not have that and can't have that. And the dealer can order from you, but that means the dealer is basically stocking, and now the dealer's got its money tied up in the gun. But if through the Gallery of Guns, the individual can go basically crawl around the inside of your warehouse, seemingly online, and pick out the specials or the good guns or the cool stuff, buy it, but it gets shipped to the local dealer. Now, here's a question for those who are listening who are gun store owners. Does the dealer get something out of this?
Oh, certainly. Like I say, it's considered a sale for that dealer, and he's going to get it for his normal cost with us. But every dealer that signs up and is active on Gallery of Guns, they set their own pricing. So it's exactly like the guns that are in his store. He orders those from a wholesaler, and then he decides how much money he needs to make, to stay in business. They do the exact same thing on Gallery of Guns. So when you find a firearm on our site, that's cool, that's the one I want, you basically request a quote, and we're going to show you all the dealers within 25 miles of your zip code. And we'll show you this is what these stores want for this particular gun.
Gotcha.
And then you pick the one you want it to go to.
And then it gets shipped to that dealer, and then you go to that dealer, you pick it up there. Who actually gets paid? Do you pay Gallery of Guns when you're online, or do you pay the dealer when you get there?
Well, it's kind of both. You secure the gun and have us ship it by paying 25% of the retail cost as a down payment, as a deposit. Sure. And then when you do your quote, we're going to show you exactly, bottom line, this is what you're going to pay at the dealer, not a dime more. And so what you do, you've already paid us a certain piece of that. You just pay the balance to the dealer when you go pick it up. I'm
on your website. I'm just clicking around. I'm going, oh, okay, so it's probably, unlikely that your dealer, it may be possible that your dealer doesn't have the CZ Scorpion Evo 3 S1, but you have it, and you can order it, and it can be there in 2 days or whenever it gets there, and you go pick it up. And I want to make sure people understand. I know that gun people get this, but there are people listening to this. They're going down the road, they're hitting the scan button, they just landed on this, and they're going, well, these guys are getting around all of the laws. They're just buying some guns off the Internet. And I know we want to laugh, but no, it goes to a dealer. The dealer does all the required paperwork, all the required federal background checks, everything else. The FBI is involved in every single transaction, just like they always are. All it is just a different way of buying a gun at the local store.
Exactly. It's just we're carrying that inventory for your local dealer so he doesn't have to. But as far as following the laws, anybody that thinks we're skirting around something, you and I both know this is one of the most regulated industries there is. So every bit of this is on the up and up. You're just picking it from somewhere else. It's still coming to your dealer. You're still doing the background checks, everything. It's just as if you walked in the store.
Hey, Kevin, what's hot these days? Are AR-15s still selling?
AR-15s are still selling. Maybe not so much in the middle range. You still have beginners that are picking up the economical versions of it, just getting started. The people that have bought them for the last few years, they're getting better and better and better firearms. So they're getting a lot more high-end stuff.
Okay. Sounds good.
But
and
the concealed carry market is still huge.
Right. I'm just going to ask you, I think that's still the real driver of most handgun sales right now, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And what I think happens, people get a concealed carry permit or they get a home defense gun, and once they go to the range a few times and train with it and practice with it, they all of a sudden realize, there are actually recreational things involved in this industry. And so they start branching out. You start getting into bullseye pistol and skeet shooting and all the different sports involved.
I always laugh because, you take somebody out and they go, yeah, well, I'll try it. I don't know. And they shoot for a little bit. And it's like they stop and look at you and they go, well, this is fun. And you want to say, well, why do you think we do this all the time? Of course it's fun.
There's nothing better than seeing that first big grin.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I'm looking. I love poking around your site. It's not good for me though because it costs me money, man. I'm just telling you.
It's cost me plenty too. Don't worry.
I like the fact that you can do, like, you got promos, you got sales, and what some people may not know is that you get promotions from manufacturers that you can make available. People may not know about, so they need to go back kind of regularly to see what are the sales, what are the promotions, what's going on, right?
Oh, they definitely should. Nobody's going to keep up with the industry better than us. An individual may not have that kind of time, but we will list every single promotion from every single manufacturer. And I'm glad you brought that up because right now, this time of year, there are just tons and tons of rebates and consumer promotions from the manufacturers.
Yeah, I just clicked on that. I'm looking at $50 back from Beretta, $25 back from Bond Arms, Browning, $75 on this deal, CCI. Get paid back when you buy ammo. I mean, it goes. This page just goes on and on. You keep scrolling. There's all of these promotions, all these deals that you just wouldn't know about otherwise.
Correct, and a lot of these are, like you say, pretty lucrative. There's some ammo stuff out there that you can get up to $400 back.
Well, there's one that we do a lot with Springfield Armory. They've got one of the best things going right now I've seen. When you buy one of their pistols, it's one of the XDMs, XDs, you get 3 magazines plus a range bag. And we know that those mags can cost a pretty penny.
Oh, yeah. That's their Gear Up promotion, I believe.
Yes, it is. It's a pretty cool deal. So, yeah, it's a lot of these I had not seen before. Like I said, I got to stop looking at this. All right, it's galleryofguns.com. Just simple as that, galleryguns.com. Kevin, anything else people need to know about what's going on there, as they head into Christmas and the holidays and everything else?
Well, I can tell you this, like we were talking about, keep a good eye out on all those consumer promotions, keep an eye out on all our sales events. And the thing about galleryofguns.com, it's not just a listing of guns. We're trying to keep you abreast of what's going on in the industry. There's a lot of resources there. All collected all in one space. But like I say, this time of year, this month and next month, keep a sharp eye on our site because there's new stuff happening all the time.
Yeah, people are bringing out new guns and also they're discounting stuff like crazy. Kevin, thank you so much. Kevin Wilson from Gallery Guns. Thank you, sir. I'll see you at SHOT Show in Vegas, I imagine.
You got it. Always a pleasure.
All right, you take care. All right, 866-TALK-GUN. All right, we are now officially, no kidding, really, open lines. If you would like to join us, if you want to talk about your hunting gun, shotgun, rifle, or we ran across an old picture of me with a big old hog I shot with a 44 Magnum revolver. Have you ever tried handgun hunting? Is that something you would do? If so, why? 866-TALK-GUN. When someone leaves you their gun collection, you may want a few, but what do you do with the rest? How do you sell them? Who do you call? Well, I call Johnny Dury at Dury's Guns. Whether you're selling one gun or 500, they'll tell you what it's worth and write you a check. Simple, quick, easy, fair. I trust Dury's Guns. Give them a call. Dury'sGuns.com.
Are you looking for a place to shoot? The National Shooting Sports Foundation has a great website called wheretoshoot.org. It's the largest database of shooting ranges on the internet. It's also a great resource for shooters where you can find video tips, printable targets, and a lot more. Find it online at wheretoshoot.org. And while you're there, download their free iPhone app. That's wheretoshoot.org.
For 36 years, the U.S. Sportsmen's Alliance has been fighting to protect hunting, fishing, and trapping for sportsmen from coast to coast. Today, we are under constant attack from extremist animal rights groups who want to end your ability to hunt in the U.S. Join us to protect our sporting heritage and our way of life outdoors. To join or for more information on how you can help, go to ussportsman.org. That's ussportsman.org.
Maximize your firepower and accuracy with Remington's new Model 1911 R1 Limited Double Stack. Up to 19+1 double stack capacity, so you can spend more time shooting and less time loading. Next level accuracy and handling with a 5-inch ramped match-grade barrel and adjustable match-grade trigger for greater precision. Learn more at remington.com/handguns. The new Remington Model 1911 R1 Limited Double Stack. Welcome to a new era at Remington.
All right, back with you, Tom Gresham. 866-TALK-GUN will get you in here. Let's go straight to the phones. Line 3, Maverick's with us out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Maverick, sounds like there's something
Tom,
under your tree, or maybe you already got it. I don't know.
Yes, well, I talked to you last Sunday. My lovely wife bought me that Kimber Micro 2. I'm looking for a holster to carry it in. What do you suggest, Tom?
That's how we start bar fights, partner.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
well, my 12-year-old, he loves shooting it. He shot it as much as I have, and it's a sweet dream. I ain't gonna lie. But I need
it is nice. Now, did you get the 9mm?
Yes, sir.
All right, so
that 45 looked like a big old growth on me.
All right, so you got a carry gun. You got a 1911 as a carry. Have you ever carried a 1911 before?
No, sir.
Okay. How do you carry a gun now?
Yes, sir.
How do you carry? What holster are you using now, and what pistol?
I had a 380 Kel-Tec. I kept it in my pocket because I had big enough pants I could do that.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna try front pocket.
All right, I'm gonna try to keep you from doing that anymore because there are 2 or 3 good reasons not to do that. And one is it ought to be in a holster. I don't know if you had it in a holster in there, but number 2, what I would like for you to try to do sometime with an empty gun, which is a fun little exercise, is take off running across your yard and try to draw that gun.
Right. That's why I gave it to my wife so she could put it in her purse.
Well, do me a favor. Get her a holster for that gun in her purse. You cannot, I repeat, cannot have a gun rattling around loose in a purse. It's got to be in a holster, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's talk about a holster for you.
Yes, sir.
As the fellow on the comedy routine says, just how big a boy are you?
172. I wear a 32-inch waist, 36-inch pants.
Okay, you're a big old long stretch guy. Okay. This is not going to be difficult for you, particularly with that gun.
Okay.
I'm going to suggest an inside the waistband holster.
Yes, sir.
I hope your pants will work with that inside the waistband, but it is a great way. I am a big fan of a holster at about the 3:30, 4 o'clock position. Are you right-handed?
Yes, sir.
All right. Basically behind the point of your right hip, just a little bit back there, not back in the middle of the back, just a little bit back there.
Right.
Tucked in.
Where the wallet is.
Yeah, actually, if you've got your wallet in your right-hand pocket, it would be slightly forward of the rear pocket back there. And because what happens is now the grip is going to lay down against your back as opposed to if you put it straight up at the 3 o'clock position, the grip pokes out behind you. And when you lean over, your shirt's going to print. It's going to stretch out and people will be able to see the grip of the pistol. But if it's back just a little bit further, that grip lays against your back and it's not nearly as much of an issue.
Right. Everybody I've heard that you've talked to, that's what I usually carry between the 3 and the 4.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the more experienced people have. Now, some people do like the appendix carry. I'm not a fan. I'm just kind of leery about guns that point at femoral arteries and other important parts of my body. There you go.
Yes, sir.
There are a bunch of good holsters out there, and and I'm not kidding you. This is not trying to be funny. You're going to end up with 3 to 6 holsters before you figure out what works for you. And I wish I could tell you there's another way to do it, but I don't know of one.
Right. What do you recommend at first, Tom? You're the mom. Whenever it comes to guns, listening to you.
I'm a huge fan. I'm a big fan of, I'm going to name like 4 or 5 different brands, okay?
Yes, sir.
Crossbreed Holsters makes very comfortable, very affordable. Alien Gear, very similar. It's kind of a hybrid style. This is a style of gun. It's a leather backer and then a Kydex shell attached to that. That's a hybrid. It's got leather and Kydex.
Okay.
There are other makers that make strictly Kydex guns. CompTech is one. There are a lot of good ones out there.
Okay.
CompTech. There's also, if you like all leather, and I tend to like that sometimes, there's an outfit named...
summer, though, huh?
Well, yeah, even then, honestly. But Milt
really?
Sparks, M-I-L-T Sparks, Milt Sparks holsters. They've got something called the Summer Special, strangely enough, interesting enough. Generally speaking, people prefer Kydex. It's pretty much indestructible. It doesn't wear out. It's fast. It's slick. Don't go super cheap on a holster. And here's the other part. And if you don't listen to anything else I say, listen to this part, okay? Buy a gun belt, not a wide belt, not a thick belt, not a belt you can get in a drugstore or any other place. It has to be a gun belt.
Yes, sir.
Because that's part of the system. It's the belt, it's the holster, it's the gun. And if you got a lousy belt, and even if it's thick, even if it's, you think it's heavy, it's not a gun belt, it will sag. And now you'll think, well, this holster is not comfortable. It's not the holster. It's the fact that you put it on a crummy belt. Once you go with a real gun belt, and most of the holster makers have gun belts, you can get them there, it's a real change. And you go, wow, this is really comfortable. You're going to enjoy the heck out of that gun. Buy a good holster, but be prepared. Try it. If you wear it for a month and it's just not working for you, go get another one. Try something else. You'll end up like the rest of us with a box of holsters. As I say, I don't know any other way around it. And also, you'll end up with different holsters for different uses. So congratulations on that pistol. Kimber makes great stuff. You're going to have a ball with that. And, yeah, you just got to try it. Oh, the other thing is, go get some real practice from a real instructor in drawing from concealment. It's not as easy as you think. It's actually fairly easy to put a hole in yourself if you don't know what you're doing. So get some real training before you go out there and try fast drawing from concealment, okay? 866-TALK-GUN. I'm Tom Gresham. This is Gun Talk. What's on your gun Christmas list?
Honey, does this holster make me look fat?
The right answers to the tough questions on Tom Gresham's Gun Talk.
And we're back. Tom Gresham here, 866-TALK-GUN, or it's easier, just dial Tom, Talk, Gun. We're giving away stuff. We love giving away stuff. Crimson Trace Prize Pack. This contest is going to end on December the 28th. To go to guntalk.com/win, enter for a chance to win. Let's see, giving away one grand prize winner is going to win a CTS 100 compact rail red dot sight. It's compact red dot sight. The CMR 204 Railmaster Pro, the tactical rail light. It goes on. There's a bunch of other stuff in here. Guntalk.com/win. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I am at Guntalk. Also, you can check out on Instagram. Guntalk is there. You can get a behind-the-scenes look at what we do with our TV shoots and everything else, stuff we're doing with Rob Latham. And you never know who's going to show up there. It's just a whole bunch of fun. Oh, and the First-Person Offender Show. We're putting up new ones of that. Honestly, that's something you probably ought to share with members of your family, because we end up with what I created, the acronym NTOT moment in those. We put people into self-defense situations. They get attacked. They get, somebody tries to kidnap them, steal their car, ATM robbery, and they fight their way out. And always, always, always what we get is I never thought of that. Yeah, that's why you do training, is to go to people who think of those things. When you watch these, you will have that I never thought of that moment, as will your wife, as will your adult children, and give you a chance to think about stuff. Because, training is not just the physical training. Training is not just going out and shooting and throwing rounds downrange. Training is judgment. Judgment. You train for that. What would I do if? What would I do then? What would I do? I mean, if there are two of you who carry, for instance, just throwing this out, okay? You need to have the conversation. If something happens here, you pick up the kids, and I will cover you. You grab the kids and go. and I will go with you with my gun out, and we will get the heck out of here. It's not a case of, well, I'm going to go fight the bad guys. No, my goal is to get the kids. Let's get out of here. Or we've got older relatives with us. We got to get them out of here. But that's a conversation you have beforehand. So you know what each of you is going to do. You're not trying to create this on the fly. That's what smart people do, people who carry. All right? 866-TALK-GUN. Bill's with us on line 2 out of southwest Missouri. Hey, Bill, you're on Gun Talk. What you got?
Thanks for taking my call. I've got a Marlin 30-30.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 61 now, and my dad gave it to me when I was like 20 years old.
Nice.
And I've used this rifle basically my entire life. My question is, I put 170 grain in it, and I was over at the range doing this. I put 170 grain in it. I'm good, like, for 5 rounds for a $50 size.
Ooh, wow.
I put 140 grains in it. I'm all over the map. I hit the guy next to me's target. Why
he didn't like that.
Shoot 170 grain and not 140? I have another 30-30 Marlin that I bought for when people come out here to hunt. They have a firearm. I've shot 140 grain out of it. I've shot 170 grain out of it, and it's fine. But this one that my dad gave me that I'd never let anyone touch will only shoot 170 grain. Why is that?
Well, no one knows. It is, guns are like that. Now, I'm going to ask only one question about this. Have you cleaned the barrel on your father's 30-30? Cleaned it really well?
I religiously keep that thing in immaculate order.
Okay.
And I never went ahead and had to go ahead and use the brush with solvent, because every time I used it, I just used the cloth with oil because I didn't want to put any abrasion on the barrel.
No. Therein lies the problem. You must use a brass brush. You must use a good solvent, and you're probably going to get an unbelievable amount of junk out of that gun. The steel on the barrel is tougher than the brass brush. You're not going to harm the barrel, but you've got an amazing amount of junk inside that barrel after all these years.
Well, if that's the case, why does it still shoot 170 grain very true?
As I say, there are mysteries in guns that we don't understand. I mean, it may be that the way the throat is in that one. It may be the way the lead buildup is in that one. And, of course, there's always a possibility, I hate to even mention this, if you clean the barrel really well, maybe it won't shoot the 170s well. Well, of course, the thing is, it sure makes ammo choice easy for that rifle, doesn't it?
Oh, boy, I just, I was hoping I'd get a kind of definitive answer.
There is no, and look, here's the thing, and I'm not serious about this. You can have 2 rifles off the line with consecutive serial numbers. One shoots one load better than the other one shoots it. They might like 2 different loads differently. We're not sure why that is. We just kind of, after a while, you shrug and go, that's just the way it is. This rifle likes this load, so that's the load I'm going to use. This rifle over here likes this other load. There's not much we can do about it other than accept it, because the rifle will tell you what ammo it likes. Hey, Bill, I appreciate it. Cool guns, though. I really like that. And I like the idea of a Marlin 30-30 from your dad. That's neat. Don't ever let go of that. Line 4, John out of Claremore, Oklahoma. Hey, John, what you got? John's running over the
2 daughters.
Yes, sir.
2 daughters, both married to military men, and those military men get deployed once in a while. So I found a deal on 2 Weatherby PA-08 home defense type shotguns, and I bought 2 of them in 20 gauge. So one for each daughter.
Okay, a question. Do those guns, and I don't remember without looking them up, do they have regular stocks? Those are not the pistol grip stocks, are they?
No, they have the standard stock. They're the black plastic.
Good.
They're not your typical Weatherby.
No, I understand. I like the choice. Where do the girls live? Where do your daughters live?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Both of them are in Tulsa?
Both of them are in Tulsa for now.
You are lucky because you have some really good firearms trainers and training facilities in Tulsa. I would ask you to, in addition to the gun, buy them each a class in shotgun self-defense use. It is so huge. It's such a big deal. It's different from handguns, and people think you just point them. They don't understand. How do you move? What do you do? Besides that, they'll really enjoy it. If you will buy them each a class, I love the choice of the 20 gauge, by the way. It's everything you need, and not so much it's hard to shoot. Great concept. What made you decide to do that?
I just saw the ad for them and thought, that'd be really good, especially, like I said, when their husbands are deployed.
I love it. It works great. It's a good idea. I think 20 gauge is absolutely fine for self-defense. But please get them some training. A one-day class in self-defense shotgun use is huge. Thank you for your call, sir. I appreciate that. 866-TALK-GUN. Be right back with more Gun Talk.
When the U.S. military's elite units and law enforcement agencies across the globe demanded innovation and reliability, they didn't settle. They chose Sig Sauer. When world champion professional shooters demanded precision accuracy, they didn't settle. They chose Sig Sauer. So it's no surprise more and more civilian gun owners are refusing to settle for anything less. They're choosing Sig Sauer firearms, ammunition, electro-optics, suppressors, air guns, and training. Sig Sauer. Never settle.
Tired of searching the web for the best deals on guns, ammunition, and gear? Download the free Gun Dealio app today for deals and discounts right at your fingertips. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, ammo, optics, lasers, gun safes, targets, gun cleaners, grips, slings, and much, much more. Save money on products you want from the companies you love. New deals, discounts, and rebates added daily. Gun Dealio, available for free in the App Store and Google Play.
Perhaps more than any other landscape, wetlands embody the life-giving abundance that nature has to offer. And perhaps more than any other organization, Ducks Unlimited is working to ensure that our continent's wetlands not only survive, but thrive for generations well beyond this one. The time is now to band together. The time is now to rescue our wetlands.
In Congress, they call this point of personal privilege. Give me just a minute, if you would. 1 minute, 60 seconds. It's not a gun thing. It's just a me thing, all right? A lot of you know that I've been shooting pictures from forever. Shot pictures for Sports Afield, guns and ammo, shooting times, everybody. I mean, I've shot gun pictures and stuff everywhere. I first started shooting photographs for my dad when I was 13 for one of his books and been doing it ever since. I love photography. I love photography of guns, but I love photography of everything. So anyway, here's the deal. Personal privilege here, just for a second. People kept asking me, why don't you put some of those online? And I never did. It's kind of a fun thing. So I finally threw some up online. So if you if you are interested, take a look. TomGreshamPhotography.com. Really that simple. They're not gun stuff. This is just interesting pictures, scenics, landscapes, fun stuff I've been doing. It's fun for me, and the way it's set up is you can get cell phone covers and prints and pillows and doodads and things. Because people kept saying, I want to get some of those. I said, well, I can't package those and send them off. So anyway, it's a site that does that kind of stuff. So anyway, TomGreshamPhotography.com. Take a look, and if you would, let me know what you think. Feedback is appreciated, okay? Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, back to your regularly scheduled gun talk. Let's see. Line 1, Steve, Tracy, California. Hey, Steve, welcome.
Thanks, Tom. I have a question for you. I'm actually a new shooter. Mm-hmm. Just started back in September, bought a Walther P22, looking to get a Glock 17 probably in the spring.
Okay.
First couple of times I took the gun out, it was mainly to find out what ammo was going to shoot well through it. So I've narrowed that down to a couple of different kinds. Now what I'm looking to do as I go to the range, I've only been probably 4 or 5 times, but I'm now looking to increase my accuracy. What are some recommendations you would have to help with that?
Okay, and remind me, what was that the one that you bought? What caliber is that?
It's a Walther P22. It's a 22 caliber.
Okay, so what ammo did it end up liking?
It likes the CCI Mini Mags, and it likes the Remington Thunderbolts. Everything else, it doesn't like it.
Okay. How's your shooting? Are you shooting one-handed or two-handed, first of all?
I am lefty, and I'm shooting two-handed.
Okay. I'm going to start with some accuracy shooting tips, okay?
Okay.
Your trigger finger, the trigger blade of the trigger should fit on the pad of your finger, not in the crook of the joint.
Okay.
So you can exert fine pressure on it, but it's the pad of the trigger finger, not the joint that you want to push it with. Do you have several different magazines?
Right now on that particular gun, I only have 2. Mainly once I get that Glock in the spring, that's going to be the one that I'm probably shooting most. I would hope to have more than 2 magazines with that at that point.
I am a big believer, and you need at least 6 magazines for any semi-auto because that's an integral part of the gun, and it'll stop it from working. And magazines bend, break, stuff happens. Where I was going with this is there's a cool drill you can do.
Okay.
And you can still do it with the 2. If you have a friend or somebody can go to the range with you, have that person load the gun and hand it to you, and you shoot. And then you hand it back, and they load the gun. And what you're going to do is, where they're trying to get to is, sometimes there will be a round in the chamber, and sometimes there will not be a round in the chamber. Because here's what happens. We all anticipate, which is a kind way of saying we flinch, even with 22s. When you get the gun and you're pressing the trigger and it goes bang, you can't see the micro movement of the muzzle that causes your accuracy to be, affected. If it goes click, you can actually see that front sight move. So that's a drill. There are a couple of other things I'm going to suggest in terms of just becoming a better shooter, okay? One is hard focus on the front sight. Let the back sight fuzz. Let the target fuzz. And it sounds weird. You think, how could I possibly hit anything on the target if I'm not focusing hard on the target? Just trust me. Invest 6 rounds of cheap 22 ammo and just go hard focus on the front sight and keep pressing the trigger and don't look at the target immediately after you shoot. Keep that hard focus on the front sight. When you shift your focus down to the target, you're going to go, wow. That's cool. I'm shooting better. It seems great. Counterintuitive, but it works. And the last thing I'm going to offer to you is this. Don't try to hold the gun still. I know it sounds weird, right? It's going to wiggle. It's going to wobble. Just press the trigger, and that's the word. You're not pulling, you're not jerking, it's press. And when I pull the trigger, I actually say the word this way. I go, press. I stretch it out. Press. Because that's the way I want to think about that trigger moving. Let the sights wobble. Let the gun go off where it wants to. If you're trying to time it so you yank the trigger right when the sights go right by the target as they're moving, you will screw it up. Just let them wobble a little bit. The wobble's normal. The wobble's natural. The wobble is actually your friend. Press the trigger. Let it go off. Hard focus on the front sight, press. After a while, in your head, you're going, front sight, press. Front sight, press. I bet you shrink your groups by half. Tell you what, do me a favor. Try those things. Give us a call in a few weeks and let us know how it works for you, okay?
I will definitely do that. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it.
All right, I appreciate it. Good luck with it. All righty. 866-TALK-GUN. If you have any other tips for beginning shooters, I would love to share them here. 866-TALK-GUN. I'm Tom Gresham. All right, back with the 866-TALK-GUN. Let's go straight to the phones. Glenn's on line 3 out of Moss Bluff, Louisiana. Glenn, what do you have there?
How you doing, Tom? Thank you for taking my call. I have 2 guns that my father left me when he passed, and one is called a Highway Patrolman Special.
That's the Smith & Wesson revolver, right?
Yes, it is. 6-shot revolver.
Yep.
And I don't know what model it is.
It's a Model 28. It is Smith & Wesson originally brought out the Model 27. That was when the first 357 Magnum came out. Smith & Wesson introduced that cartridge. And the Model 27 was very nice and highly polished and beautiful, but police thought, well, it's beautiful, but it's polished and it's expensive. So they brought out the Model 28 called the Highway Patrolman, and it didn't have the polishing. It was still blued, but it didn't have some of the checkering, and it was a little bit less expensive, but it's on the end frame, which is their classic large frame, the same frame as they did the 44 Magnum. It's a big revolver that shoots 38s and 357s really nicely. I love that gun.
Yeah, it's a beast. It's very heavy framed, and
fun to shoot.
Haven't shot it. Good. And besides that, I have a stub nose, all chrome Smith & Wesson revolver. That's with a short barrel, real short barrel. And I can't identify it either. And should I take it to a gun shop and have somebody...
Sure. You know what? They'll be able to look at it and know what model it is, because not having any more information than that, could be chrome, could be nickel-plated, more than like it's nickel-plated. Is there any chance it's stainless steel?
No, it's not stainless.
Okay, it's probably nickel then. It's probably nickel-plated. And... yeah, if you'll take it to a good gun shop, they'll be able to look at it and go, yeah, that's this model. And at that point, if you're interested, they could actually look it up and kind of give you what the average price is now, because everybody's got a copy of the Blue Book of Gun Values today. But that's very cool. I hadn't thought about the Model 28 in a while. All right, now, look, I appreciate the call, sir. You got some nice revolvers there. I had a Model 27 years ago, the original 5-inch factory barrel, Model 27. That would have been about 1982, 83. No, before that, 79. I ended up having to sell that in 1982 because I needed some money. Yeah, famous story, right? That one ranks kind of high on the list of guns I wish I had not let go. There aren't very many of them. I haven't really let a lot of them go. But the Model 27 was one. So well made, so nice. Now, I do have a delightful Smith 3-inch barrel 327 7-shot that I actually carry a fair amount these days. Yeah, I'm contrary that way. It's a 7-shot 357, and I like it a lot. But yeah, the old Model 27 was it's almost a work of art. They're beautiful. And back where they had guys that really knew how to polish guns, they were just delightful. Because you can't get a good, perfect bluing job unless you have somebody that knows how to polish a gun well. And it's as much art as it is just pure skill and mechanical ability. Also, the guys who polish guns, you never want to arm wrestle them because they have these Popeye-like arms, because all they do is hold these guns up against these sanding belts and polishing wheels all day long, and they have wrists. They can just break your wrist if they grab you. Those guys were amazing. Very cool stuff. All right, when we come back, I want to talk to you. Great article. We're going to go through this. The 10 top reasons you should own an AR-15. Good stuff here. If you don't own one, you want to hear this. If you own one, you're going to find out why you need another. We'll be right back.